Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Railway Cottage and I'm Karen. Yes, I'm a Karen. Today I'm going to be working on and hopefully finishing this little iPhone bag that I've made. I've started anyway. So when I was looking at some photographs of this yesterday, it did scream out to me that it needed more. So I'm actually just going to do some stitching here in the background. And it's a pretty quiet colour. I want it to, not overpower this, but just it needs a little bit of extra texture there. I'm just going to do crosses, fill this space up with some little crosses, little T's, whatever you want to call them. Very random, but it will do the job, I think. So happy Monday. It's my last full day of holidays. So I'm going to use every scrap of it today. And there's housework to do, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to leave it. I can do that, anytime. As I said, very simple crosses. I'm just going through all the layers here. And I won't put the backing on this until I've completely finished the cover and I'm happy with it, or the front and I'm happy with it. The hardest thing with this is trying to make it random and not straight lines. So I'm just catching on my doilies. So what are you doing today? You at work? You're retired and you get to sew all the time? How wonderful. It'll be a little while before I get to do that, but I do. My youngest child is now 16, nearly 17, so as you know, time frees up as they get a bit older. He's off working. He doesn't need me to run him around anymore. So all these edges are going to be left raw, and yes, they'll fray. That's okay. I want them to fray. I'm just slightly varying the sizes of these stitches, not massively, just so they are random. Going through so easily because it's only the fabric layers. There's nothing underneath. There's no seams. Working very easily today. I may even spray a bit of Scotch Guard over this when I'm done, just so that every handprint doesn't show on the raised texture of this. So that's the danger, I guess. Now, what do you think? Do I need them more close? Do I need them more? And do I need them closer together? I need a little one here. Is that where you are looking? Okay, I think that'll do me for there. So I'm going to do something similar on the other side. I'll show you there's a gap. You'll see it. You'll see it. God forbid we should have a gap on the back. Yes, here. I'm going to do the same thing here. Except I might just do some seed stitches here. Just to vary it a bit. And I have looked at this through the camera now, and I'm going to do 2 extra crosses. As you can see that it needs that when you look through the camera. So again, these are just random stitches. I'm just going to fill the area. And again, this plays a secondary role of helping everything stay really well down. I just tend to use a lot of thread. And I have a lot of thread, so. Okay. I did pick up a beautiful little embroidery book one of my op shopping adventures. So I'm actually going to spend a bit of time this year learning some proper embroidery stitches, not just the, feel the back sort of chunky monkey kind of stitching that I do. I think I'm going to spend a little bit of time and upskill myself a bit. I'd love to do one of the Fleur Woods classes. We'll see how the year plays out, because I've got a new grandbaby coming in May. It's our 30th wedding anniversary this year, which is unbelievable. I don't know how that happened. Holy dooly, where'd that time go? Goes fast. Hey, when you're busy and working and feels like it's caught. Is it caught? So we've got a lot on personally. This first half of the year is going to be very busy. But good stuff, all good stuff. We've had enough bad stuff for a while. Let's see, I'm going to go, which way can I go? There, oh, no, there. Sometimes I just start to overthink this instead of just being random. So I was debating yesterday how to attach the backing to this. I may just do another set of this stitch all the way around the outside, so there's 2 rows of stitching. I kind of have to start that and see if I like it, because I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't know until I do it whether I like that. And if that doesn't work, that's right, I can just do an invisible edge along underneath, which I think would work. Or I could do a big blanket stitch around. Blanket stitch is not my favourite stitch. I don't know why. I do it and then I don't like it. I don't know whether it's because it's uniform. But I just tend to not like it after I've done it. I'm going to do one more and then tie off. I am going to need a little bit more thread, so that's all right. Let's go straight up. Now let's go that way. Tie him off. A random piece that got caught up in my stitching. I'll just go with it. I'm hoping to finish this today. That's the plan, because I want to start something else. Where am I? Yeah. I'm just going to pop up here, just check all that. Yep. So seed stitching is great. It does take time though. So I'm only going to do the cream on this. I'm not going to do where the flower is. I might do a little bit of embroidery over the top of that, or a bit of ribbon embroidery even. I've got some beautiful ribbons there. I always love what they bring to a project. There you. I was thinking if I didn't like the seed stitch, the double stitch, when I go all the way around, I could probably actually take this row out because it will be stitched down by the second row. So that is also an option. Let's have a look. Oops, got a big gap in the middle. Going through this so easily. Is that my last stitch? Let's have a look. What do you think? Sorry about the glare. I did put that there. Okay, that's my seed stitch done. Take them off. Got my little scissors today. I still can't find my snips, but okay, so I've got that little bit of stitching up there. That makes all the difference, doesn't it? It's all good. And I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to do these extra stitches here. And I'm going to go through all of the layers so that, oops, just took my knot right off the end. So that this isn't sticky up here, because I think it's going to get caught on things. I'm just debating, let's just see. Ooh, through a few layers there. And again, I'm deliberately just not doing that top point at the same level as the one next to it. We're going to do 2 of these separately. Otherwise, that is quite a big gap to run it across. Let's tie that off. Yeah, that's better. It's better. And the same over here. Come on, little needle, you can do it. Oh, here he is. Up you go. Come on, little sausage. That was a lot of layers. Yeah. Okay, that's my 2 extra stitches. Let's see if that looks better. Too excited. I think all my scissors need sharpening. All right, so that looks better. Much better. I'm just looking through the camera at my little bits there. And of course, I do have to put a Suffolk puff on, because I can't have a project without a Suffolk puff. So I've picked up 2 that are red. I might just get my Suffolk puff box. Because, you know, I have a Suffolk puff box. Well, it's actually an old lunch box. So I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty big and coming under. It's an old lunch box full of Suffolk puffs. So I'm just going to have a quick look to see if there's any others that I would prefer. I might just lift you up. So hang on, I'm going to go up a bit so you can see. Box, if this is my old Star lunchbox from Vinnie's, of course. I'm just going to see if there's any others. I've already got some of them in here made up. So that red always grabs me. I've got a spotty one. I might try them with just a different, that's a more 70s fabric. And then I have some that are made up from, oh look, I was looking for that. I have little buttons, multiple layers and buttons on them. Let's just see. What have I grabbed? I'll just grab that candy one and that one, because I think it needs to, oh, see, I'd love that. I have another one of those that I haven't sewn up. That would be perfect, I think. It's that one. I've the blue check. Try that one. It's a bit smaller too. What else is down the bottom? Move him over. That's not grabbing me. I've got that blue one. All right, let's see what I've chosen. Oh, I'll get the cherry one. That could work. Yeah, close that up. All right. Sorry, I'm going to move you back down. Hold your horses. Here we go. Whoopsie daisy. There we go. That's better. So I've chosen these. Well, these are the ones I'm going to choose from so far. What do you think? I think it's got to go here. Let's test them all. That one, nah, too much red. No, see, that's too matchy, so that's a definite no. Maybe. I'm leaning to the red though. I think the red is where it's at. Maybe the spotty, too watermelony. What about this guy? No, too busy. No, this is too close to the size of that. I need something different. Let's have another look at that one. Oh, I'm back to the first three that I had. So it's either that little guy, which has his merits. Oh, look, I'm doing it. Who am I kidding? I'm going to do spots. Always going to do spots. So I'm going to use some red thread for this one. I think this is one of the few ones that I have bought. So, because I needed this Merlot-y sort of colour. Let's get a needle. Put that up. Come on. I like this needle because it's the sharpest and the skinniest, but sometimes it just doesn't get the thread through the hole. I'm just going to pop him there. I'm just going to lip stitch him. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to just straight stitch him all the way around. Okay. Oh, I can even come up for that one. That's exciting. Who can do a project without Suffolk puffs? So I need to probably replenish my supply. Suffolk puffs. So I need to just take my Suffolk puff, I can't even say it, Suffolk puff basket upstairs. So when I'm sitting, once I go back to school and I'm too tired to come down here, I can just sit and mindlessly make hexagons or Suffolk puffs after dinner. Again, I'm just really boring, ordinary, simple, straight stitch all the way around this little guy. Nothing difficult. And I think that's why slow stitch is so good for everyone. You don't need to be able to do fancy embroidery stitches. I can't do them. You just got to have the courage of your convictions. Just, if you like it, make it. Make it for yourself. Nearly there. Red check and red spot. Who would have thought? One more. Middle. And that's all I'm going to do for him. I don't want him flattened more than that. I do have some red thread. You know how I love to use my thread up. I might just do a couple of stitches down here. Just straight stitches. Few uneven little cluster of bits here. started straight. I don't want them to be the same. Let's see if I can do a French knot. I can never do them. They always just turn into nothing. Let's see if I can manage one today. There we go. But it's gone. Yep. That's one of the things I need to learn to do better. It's funny. So now that I've started this, I'm just going to stitch it there. I might just add, I'm going to tie off there. I don't want big long runs of thread underneath this. Tie that one off there. Have a look. Where else do I want a bit of red? It strikes me that I might want a bit of red here. Have a look at that. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to put just a few random red stitches up here. Maybe running the other way. Okay, that works. Now I have this bit up here which is still a bit flappy. So let me just see, do I want to do something with my red up there? Now, these aren't anchoring anything down, so I don't have to be tied off too well. I have this gap. Yeah, this sort of flappy bit. So I'm thinking I could just put some, yes, I'm going to put some red crosses on that one, and that will again serve two purposes. Hold it down and give me a bit of decorative. I might just go across both like that. So not as big as the ones on the doily on the back, on the pocket. Corduroy there. What I love about these old hexagons, they're just everything. Dresses, shirts, proper old school patchwork, you know. Alrighty. Through all of these layers. Come on. All right. So again, my crosses are different sizes, not equally spaced. It's just how I like them. I'm going to go over here a bit more. Probably about there. I'm going to be a little bit further into the green now. Yes, I am. Maybe a little teeny tiny one, just for the edge. You know what I'm just going to do? I'm going to do that to finish it off. One, two long ones. Line him up. So let's see. You can see I've gone, yeah. all the way across. That holds that down, gives me a bit of interest. But everything else is looking great. I've got my little bit of seed, my little bit of crosses there. I've got a couple of red stitches there, and then on this side I have all of those across. I've got my soffit puff, my little red stitches, which just disappear, but they're definitely still there. I'm not going to add anything there. And I think I am happy. So I'm going to look, I'm going to pause this now. I'm going to go and have some morning tea, and then I'm going to come back and put it together. Thanks for coming. Thanks for popping in.